I just said go. Very, like, not adultish. Good morning, all of our internet
We have our
friends.
pretty background back.
We
I just
do.
realized.
Yeah, Sadie got in here, and Sadie's like, you know what? You guys need to be spruced. And now we are
We
spruced.
got a sprucing.
Yes. We got a sprucing.
Just in time for AEP.
Yes. Oh, it is. It is. We are deep into the AEP bubble, my friends. So welcome. How's your AEP? We're 3 days in. How you doing? How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Just in survival mode.
Survival. Yeah.
I mean, full-on survival mode. Being like, I, am home with my girl. Like, I really only work part-time.
Yeah.
And I always question it during AEP.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, all right, my schedule means, so every night after my girls go to bed, I work from about 8 until 11. And then I wake up at 4:30 and I work in the morning.
Ooh, no thank you.
Because I am only working still, like holding meetings.
Right.
It's about 20 to 25 hours a week during AEP.
Man.
So I got to make up time.
There's a lot, a lot that you're doing that are not between.
Do
8
you
and
know
5.
what I think the best invention ever is?
I would love to know.
The send later button on an email.
Oh, yeah, because you can make emails at like midnight and
yes,
like send
I'm not
going
to
to
email my clients at midnight.
No.
And so I just delay send, and it makes my life so easy.
What a great little tidbit. What a great tool.
Last night, I looked before I went to bed. I had 28 emails in my send later at 8 o'clock.
That's hilarious.
28 emails.
Okay, no, that's actually life-changing for me because I literally will have emails that I'm like, they're just drafts, and I will have literally like at a time 40 to 80 drafts, and I'm like, I need to remember to send this on Tuesday. I need to remember because if I like wait till Tuesday
send later. You pick the date and time.
I never use that.
Oh.
Mistake.
It's so wonderful.
Clearly. Well, that's a good little tidbit for everybody.
Yeah.
You didn't ask for it, but there it is.
There you go.
A great tidbit.
Lifesaver for me.
Welcome, guys. It is 10 o'clock. We are into the thick of it
Isn't
of
that a
AEP.
Song?
Okay, so I actually...
Or do you just say it in a song
form? No.
That's what I'm thinking.
So I'm not a TikToker.
No,
but I do know, like, the TikTok, like, some trends and things like that. And so there's a thing that's, like, into the thick of it. It's
that's it. Okay.
Yeah, that's like a TikTok trend.
But
that,
I feel like that's a song from something, right?
So I was sending this to Sadie, who Sadie is just like my saving light during AEP, and she was like, oh, and then she's finished the song. And I was like, I didn't know that there was more to that song than Into the Thick of It, and apparently it's from like a children's show.
I was going to say, I keep thinking, like, was it of Oz?
No, she called it the Backyardians.
Oh,
it's a children's we're too old to have ever watched it, but we're too young to have kids to have watched it. It's in that middle ground.
Interesting.
So we're into the thick of it. Today I wanted to talk about with you guys just basically, again, we promised during AEP, keep these short, keep these
short
light.
And sweet.
So you guys can get back on the road. Exactly. So today we're going over 3 types of updates. Industry updates, carrier updates, and then just senior marketing specialist updates to make sure that you guys are getting all the tools and resources that you need.
Perfect. Let's hear them.
Let's do the first one, and I would love to show you. The first one is going to be going into industry updates. What's going on with the industry?
So amazing.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard, big old COLA increase.
Which is crazy. So they said over like 70 million people will be experiencing an 8.7% increase, which is wild and awesome because the Part B premium isn't going up.
Yep.
So like you are seeing this COLA increase that usually happens, the Part B follows almost immediately. The Part B is not eating that up this year. So it's a true cost of living adjustment that people will notice this year, which is really exciting.
And so do you know, I should know this, or I should hopefully learn it in my like schooling that I'm doing right now for Social Security. But
which really excited to get into that later, yes.
Who doesn't get the cost of living adjustment?
I think it's based on honestly, I'm not even going to answer that. From my understanding, it was based on, again, like IRMA and things like that. Like you will receive a less one if you make 2 of an income. I have zero idea why I think that. But I do know the majority of people will get that 8.7.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of is if they've maxed out their, so like if you're a super, super high earner, only X amount of your income is taxed for Social Security, so they're not going to increase it above the max.
Worth finding out.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes, Christy.
Yes, Christy.
So we're getting an Anthem email that they will pay commissions on PDP plans.
We're going to get into that in a second. Let's go ahead and jump down to that one. We'll come back to star ratings. So, yeah, the non-commissionable plans, I will tell you one of the biggest. I'm working with Medicare Center. Yesterday alone, they got over 1,100 support tickets, 1,100 people sending out tickets saying, like, hey, something's wrong. And they said a huge portion of that were people saying, SilverScript SmartRx is not showing up. Why is it not showing up? Well, it's non-commissionable. On the other hand, Anthem was originally on the non-commissionable list. Anthem is paying out commissions for most PDP plans, certainly not all of them, but most PDP plans. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So just making sure you understand, like, double checking those non-commissionable plans. Cigna is continuing to be non-commissionable for Part D. And then the Health Springs, Clear Springs, is commissionable for Part D if you're writing them through one particular FMO. But keep in mind, guys, they're the second year in a row that they are a 1.5 star rating. So I don't recommend writing them for that star rating alone.
It's a pretty low star rating.
Leads me to my third, which we have a second here, but third point on here, is that star rating, guys, across the board, star ratings are down for most carriers. This last year, we actually had several. In 2022, we had several 5-star rated plans, and that with the most we've ever had. You're gonna see almost no 5-star rated plans this year.
Did it say there was like 70 some last year, and now there's only like 40?
It's so. I'll tell you what. We're actually this year was the first year in a long time that there's an SEP around 5-star rated plans. Or excuse me, not 5-star rated, an SEP about low performance plans, meaning that they've had less than a 2.5 star for 3 years in a row. This is the first year in a long time that's actually being used.
Wow.
That there are several low performing plans.
Do we have any theories on why?
There actually are a few theories on why. So part of it is because, again, a lot of the high drop rates, high switch rates, because of all the confusion. There was a ton of rapid disenrollment this year from people switching from a MedSup to an MA plan because of misleading advertising. So rapid disenrollment certainly affected that. There's also been a lot of findings in the back end of these large carriers. These large carriers ended up, I don't want to use any like serious terms or terminology, but I will just say double dipping. They got overcompensated for certain procedures and didn't report it. And now you're talking about there are several
sketchy.
Several large, I'm not going to mention names, but very large carriers right now that are undergoing investigations as far as how that money was spent. So like some of them saying they didn't spend enough money in benefits last year. Some of it they were overcompensated and didn't report it. So there's a lot of investigations on big carriers. And the reason why knowing star ratings are important is essentially because if, again, it's money from CMS.
Really?
So a lot of these plans are going to have a huge significant drop in their star ratings, means that they're going to get a significant drop in funding next year. So a lot of those plans,
prices are going to go up.
Their prices are going to go up, benefits are going to go down. So just letting you guys know, it's likely, like we've had really stable AEPs.
Yeah. Next year's probably
going to be a little wild. Yeah, it's going to be a little wild because of all the decrease in star ratings. So just be ready for that next year. Doesn't affect much going into this year. If a plan goes from 5-star to 4-star, 4-star to 3-star, not a huge deal for this year. But next year, just note that if there was a significant 1-star rating or more drop, then those benefits are likely to decrease next year.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, this was actually something I wanted to talk to you about. The boost plans. Yeah, you told me that you were having a lot of clients saying like, "Hey, I want to get on that boost plan."
Yesterday, I met with my third one.
The third one. So there's something like advertising. Where are they hearing
Facebook.
that?
Tell me about the senior boost that we can get.
What are they talking about?
The first one couldn't remember where he saw it, but the other two said that it was on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And I Googled it and I found this whole article that it's literally just a scam to get your information.
Wow. So there's a new scam right now called Senior Boost Plans, and 3 of your clients have asked about it.
So they didn't say a Senior Boost plan. It was just find
boost?
out how you can get the Senior Boost. I told them, I said, if it ever pops up again, screenshot it and send it to me because I want to see it.
Yeah. Share that with the world because I've not heard of that before. So just be aware. Just a reminder: scams right now are just crazier than ever. They're going to continue to be crazy during AEP. The last thing I wanted to talk about, this is something that our compliance officer, Chaylin, keeps bringing up because it is really important. It's going to be, we've talked a lot about this last week, but the insulin, how we do know that insulin, all insulin, now true insulin, on PDPs and Medicare Advantage plans are at that $35 cap. Here's what's interesting about that.
But MedCenter's not showing it, right?
MedCenter's not showing it. Medicare app, Medicare link, and Medicare.gov. None of them had the ability to show it. So like the calculations of it are going to be weird. It's like the actual retail cost applies to the MOOP, but doesn't apply to the copay, which is good. I mean, you know, so so again, it just, you know, that's all weird. However, something that we did find out was that CMS is giving the carriers until 1/1 to finalize this. And then, actually, no. Until 1/31 to finalize this. So they can go into what's going to happen is that your carriers or your clients...
Wait, January 31st or 2031?
January 31st.
Okay.
So what's going to happen is that your clients are going to go to their pharmacy January 1st thinking that they're going to pay $35. It is very possible they're going to end up paying the retail value because, and then CMS is going to give the carriers, I think it was either 30 or 90 days. Ugh, Chaylin's going to hurt me. I think it was the carriers are then given 90 days to reimburse the client for that to be $35.
To reimburse? You think that's going to actually happen?
Yes. This is what they're saying. That they're saying that the carriers are going to be giving a 90-day period because they said, like, it may not go into effect January 1. The carriers get this grace period. I think either 30-day or 90-day grace period to where they can continue to charge the retail value of that insulin, but then they have to go back and reimburse the clients.
Are they going to proactively do that, or does the client have to initiate it? The refund request.
I think that what's supposed to happen is the carrier has to do it. But you know how much of a poop storm that's going to be. And you're also going to have a lot of clients being like, you told me it was $35. Why am I paying the $45 or the $50 for this? You told me it was going to be $30.
Give them a heads up.
And so just giving them a heads up. Now, there's also, in light of this, CMS is also issuing a election period that agents cannot use starting in January. That's basically like, did you get on the wrong plan because of the $35 thing? Because of the insulin thing? Are you on the wrong plan?
Insulin AEP?
It's like but it's not an agent. Yeah, but it's not an agent-friendly one. They have to go directly to Medicare.
Oh, gosh.
So if they call Medicare and say, it's not working, I'm not getting the insulin correctly, they can technically use an SEP that is a direct-to-consumer SEP and switch PDP or MAPD plans. So just be aware of that. Let your clients know, hey, if you take insulin and it's not correct in January, be prepared to eat that cost. Let me know. We will make sure you get reimbursed by the carriers because the carriers do have that grace period. Yeah.
Goodness. I got a couple questions. Yeah. Best resource to compare Advantage plans side by side, star rating, give back.
That is going to be
Medicare app.
Medicare Center. Medicare app is a program within Medicare Center powered by Connecture. It does the quoting, enrolling, storing the drug information, storing your client information, searches by provider.
I was going to say you can do a drop-down search by total cost, premium cost. I'm sure there's a star rating search
there. There is a star rating search there as well. So yeah, some people are saying the video is frozen. Others are saying the video is not frozen. So just make sure you check your systems. I don't know if it's on your end or ours. Our internet's been weird today, so it's very possible that it's us.
I just blame everything on AEP.
AEP. I have
too much going on.
Listen, I've talked to 5 agents who are in the hospital right now.
My heart is frozen.
My heart is frozen. Yes, I've talked to 5 agents who are in the hospital already.
What?
Just like unrelated things. One of them was crazy infections. One of them has the COVID really bad. Another one has some crazy thing that they're actually going to the Mayo Clinic for. It's crazy. So just stay healthy.
Vito said trying to figure out what type of leads are best during AEP. I'm currently conducting reviews with current clients daily.
Vito, what I would recommend doing is investing in Lead Center. Just go to integrityleadcenter.com. It's basically like Amazon meets leads, but it allows you to like buy in real time Facebook leads, YouTube leads, other social media leads, direct mailers, incoming and outgoing phone calls. So basically like the conversation like which lead should I buy? I would not give 2 agents the same answer because how you want to work the leads will depend on what lead type you want. Yeah. So call our office and talk to our agent resources team and be like, hey, I'm trying to figure out what lead source is best for me.
Yep.
Some agents, I would say, you should really invest in internet leads. Other agents, I would say, you're going to waste so much money doing internet leads. So it all depends on your style of selling.
Perfect.
Cool.
Something I wanted to say while you're looking at the text line.
Yeah.
If you guys are not using the United Healthcare Producer Help Desk chat line, I don't know if we've ever talked about that.
We haven't, but it's so valuable.
So valuable, so speedy. I resolved something literally within 60 seconds this morning. I couldn't find a mental health provider for a client, and I just chatted on there. Took them, it was less than 60 seconds. Yeah. And they found it for me.
It's an incredible tool. Yeah. I'll say the same thing about Senior Marketing Specialist live chat. We also have a live chat function that goes from 9 to 4, Monday through Friday.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, just utilize that because then you can be doing other stuff and, like, doing this at the same time. But United Healthcare, in my opinion, has, like, the best live chat.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next time, I'm sorry, guys, I really didn't know that my voice was struggling this bad this morning.
It doesn't sound bad.
I haven't
noticed any.
I haven't been talking a ton. It sounds like I'm gargling nails. But the next type of update I wanted to give you guys are just some general carrier updates that we've received. So you guys can read through these. I want to be really quick through them. But Mutual of Omaha mail order is inaccurate on all platforms. That's not just on like Medicare Center or Medicare.gov. It's all platforms, which typically means that Mutual sent off the information incorrectly. I will say it will get updated more quickly on Connecture platforms like Medicare Center and Medicare app. It'll take at least 2 weeks for Medicare.gov to reflect.
Goodness.
Yeah, because Connecture can make an update or make a correction overnight. Medicare.gov takes 2 weeks.
I'm surprised. I feel like, so there are mail orders through Express Scripts, and I feel like they own the pharmacy world.
Right. Well, so I think it was a Mutual of Omaha reporting issue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just know that, again, Mutual of Omaha mail order, double check everything. It's not even showing up correctly on their own platform. So across all platforms, their mail order is not correct. The next one is going to be talking about Cigna. This is a big one, guys. Cigna lost Kroger over the weekend. And Kroger was like Cigna's big PDP provider, and they're no longer in network for them at all. Also, just want to throw this out there. Devoted had an outage over the weekend. It should be good now, but I do know, like, first day of AEP, they had an outage. Which happens. And then WellCare, guys. WellCare, please. There is a list of agents that we have that are listed as not ready to sell.
Oh, no.
And what happened was you've been getting calls from us. You've been getting calls from WellCare, emails, all this stuff. Most agents didn't believe it.
Yeah.
So please double check that you are ready to sell on WellCare.
There's an extra step with WellCare you have to do.
You have to do that extra
step.
It's
not testing or any, like,
it's literally just
stuff.
like clicking through some stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. So please double check your WellCare. A lot of people are not ready to sell and have been ignoring all of it because WellCare sends out accidental messages all the time.
Well, speaking of WellCare and Kroger, they are not in. I noticed. So last week when I was looking, I only saw that at least locally there was one pharmacy that was out of network with WellCare, but WellCare's out of network with Kroger too. Which I didn't show last week, but yesterday it showed it was out of network.
That's interesting. I wonder if something's going on with Kroger. I'm going to ask our director of key partnerships, Brittany. She does a lot of this stuff. She may know what's going on because, it was a big deal for Cigna.
Well, it was just interesting that last week I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Or, I guess I could have just missed it, but, it was clearly out of network yesterday with WellCare.
There must be something going on. That's something
going on
with Kroger. Let's follow up that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can do something.
Something's going on.
Because that would be significant. The last updates I want to give you guys are going to be Senior Marketing Specialist updates, primarily going to be Medicare Center. Permissions, you should be good to go. I know we had some issues with people not seeing all the carriers that they were appointed with. If you are continuing to have issues with appointments on permissions on Medicare Center, please contact us immediately. It means that something is actually incorrect or not right.
And just remember that top blue button will allow you to add non-licensed plans.
Yes,
if you're not seeing them.
Yes,
on
Medicare app, you click the top button that says Show Non-Licensed Plan. On Medicare Center, you scroll down and unclick the selection that says Only Show My Appointed Plans. So you can be able to see all plans there. Also with providers, I've been hearing this a lot. There's been a formal announcement put out there, but I am hearing on both Medicare app and Medicare Center that providers are inaccurate. So the best way to check providers is to just go to the carrier website and check the providers there. It's all about what Connecture is saying is that it's all about the information that's given to them. So sometimes
I actually never use that provider function. I for some reason just trust the carrier sites better for the
the carrier
providers.
Site is more trustworthy.
I don't know why.
It is. It's because carrier or providers can change on a dime.
Yep.
Carriers will reflect that. Medicare and Connecture will not.
Yep.
So I would just say, like, do not rely super heavy on the providers for right now. I think that'll change, but that's what we're seeing currently. Up a day, again, another one on Senior Marketing Specialist. Just letting you guys know, Monday through Thursdays during AEP, we're open from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So it gives you 2 extra hours a day to call in. So for 7 a.m., 6 p.m., Monday through Thursday. Friday, we are still 8 to 4,
Thanks,
like
SMS.
normal. That's just, again, we want to make sure we're available when you guys need us. Last but not least, make sure that you're checking out the AEP Toolkit and SMS Agent Connect. There is a ton of stuff on there that we genuinely build these platforms to be like, hey, if you need something and you can't get a hold of a carrier and you don't want to wait for the 48-hour turnaround times that we're seeing, you can find a lot of this stuff there. So make sure you're familiar with those sites.
So many resources.
So this one a little longer than I wanted it to. I'm trying to keep these down to 15 minutes. We're at 20. So I'm going to open it up for any additional questions, comments, concerns, threats, or promises. What did I do?
I'm ready to sell smell care.
Smell care, but I don't want to. I imagine that's I will tell you guys, I did have an update on my Ring Central over the weekend. That's the platform that we use for call recording. And I lost all of my phone numbers. So if you've texted me in the past, please make sure you
text your name again.
Text your name again, yes, because I am not receiving, because I'm pretty sure this is very much a Brian statement. So I'm pretty sure this is Brian, but I don't have your number in here. So please make sure you are texting me your name so I can add you to my contacts so I know who's talking to us. Woo!
I think we covered it all, right?
We did, guys. You guys are, again, we're seeing tremendous volume right now, tremendous amount of work. Please, 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 you guys are killing it. Just keep going, keep moving strong. Again, I know it's so interesting. Again, I'm just now talking to agents about benefit changes this year. Because until now, it's been all about compliance, marketing, call recording, Medicare Center. So it's been wild, but I think, guys, we're here. We've done it.
I'm just so surprised I feel like everybody that I've at least spoken to so far has just been, I don't want to change. Like, they're just, I feel like more, and like you said, there isn't a huge, like, uproar. But I'm just sensing, like, last year, and I think a lot of it had to do with the Part B, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah.
I think that huge increase just unsettled everybody. But everybody this year is like, do we need to have a review? Like, I'm happy. I don't want to change anything.
Benefits are better for the most part.
And, like, we haven't even, like,
Part
spoken about anything yet.
Like, why would they? Providers, there's no crazy, at least in our area, there's no crazy provider upsets. I know that's not the same everywhere, but, like, overwhelmingly, it's kind of worth staying put.
Yeah, and it's just weirdly like been a quiet AEP, and I need to knock on wood because it's just coming for me.
God, we needed that this year with everything else that was going on. So let us know, guys. I would love to hear. Go to the Medicare Cafe Facebook group. Let us know kind of what you're seeing this AEP. Carrie's seeing it being really stable. I'm kind of seeing that through a ton of our agents, what we call those growth years. You don't have to worry about taking care of your people. You continue to build more. So great growth years, but would love to hear from you guys what you're seeing out there. Awesome. Yay. Well, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Again, reminder that these are recorded. We do put them on the Medicare Cafe YouTube page, so make sure you check out there. If you can't stop by and watch these live, we will continue to do them during AEP. Short and sweet and to the point. Well, perfect. You guys have an amazing rest of your day. So until next time, have fun.
Make money.
And give impeccable service. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Have a